So, what's going on? Hi.
Hi.
Say things. Do stuff.
Stuff.
If anyone's paying attention, obviously we're doing the last two videos in the same day.
Back to back.
But totally different subjects, and they're hard to put together in one video. So here we are. What are we talking about?
Trailer.
Trailer.
Yay.
When was the last time we brought up the trailer? Like the winter?
Well, we got it last fall and we haven't touched it since. So.
We've been very busy, and for a lot of reasons it had to work out the way it did. So, let's go take a look at the trailer.
I'm so excited.
We wanted to film a lot of the stuff as we were doing it, but it adds to the time of the job. So, if you remember in our last video about this trailer, we were going to make an ATV toy hauler Mainville ATV edition.
Yeah.
So we didn't want to go out and spend 80 grand on an actual toy hauler, so we are going to convert this trailer. We got it from Northland Trailer Sales in Sudbury. They got us a wicked deal, and we customized it a little bit on order, so they were very catering to what we needed.
So it came with a camper door, with the window obviously in the door, the screen door.
Key, clutch.
Awesome.
Get it.
Super awesome. We really like the design of that. It came pre-insulated because we heard that job sucks to do.
Yeah, so this is a 24-foot trailer, technically. 24 plus a 1.5-inch nose. Total,
Inch?
or
2.5
foot.
feet, isn't it?
No, it's 1.5.
Okay.
1.5 foot V nose in the front. So there's lots and lots of space. It's a car hauler. It's supported by tons of weight, 5,200 pound axles, brakes on all four corners. And then we got into insulating and the door and the
Extra height in
windows.
the ceiling.
Extra 6 inches. You can go 6 inches higher than this one. So I don't know how the light's going to be in here, but
Oh, we can open the back.
oh wow, this video's everywhere. But yeah, it's like the blackout edition, but we got it in red. So it's super, it's exactly the colors of Mainville ATV, which is kind of cool. Otherwise kind of corny, but all good. So oh, big gate. So this thing is a car hauler, so this gate's extremely heavy duty. The sales guy, Justin, at Northland was saying that, oh, come on. If the cables weren't there to assist you on the tension, like a garage door opener, two guys would have an incredibly hard time swinging this up.
Yeah. So like we were saying, came pre-insulated with the windows cut into it already, so that saved us some work there. And Kyle can talk a bit about the
Yeah, so here's the tensioner in here. You'll see these quite a bit. So the cable's right up in here, and then you have a big spring, torsion spring right here, and an adjuster and another spring. So that helps us get this big gate up. So we have no issues getting anything up to a car in here. Obviously, you got to make sure you can tow it, but this trailer's capable in every way.
It's actually easier to close it than it is to open it because of the tensioner. So we've got the beaver tail here. So again, that just helps with the added height, so the extra clearance for getting stuff in.
So yeah, the 6 inches up above, and then when you're actually approaching this, like the approach angle, the beaver tail is sloped, allowing us to come in at a lower angle, and then you can fit in here, just because you don't want to hit any of this, right?
So the first thing that we did was paint the floor and a bit of the trim on the side just to seal that wood. We used a deck paint, vinyl.
It's a floor and porch paint.
Yeah.
It has a little bit of sand in it for texture, but I didn't want too much, so it would be easier to hose out if I had to.
Yeah, so we painted that, taped it up, and then Kyle put in the E-Track system.
Yeah, so I got a hold of Dirty Life, and I found out that Dirty Life doesn't just sell like ATV stuff. He has access to all these trailer accessories and things. So we got the E-Track. These are rated for 1,000 pounds on each hook, every 4 hooks. So you can buy these guys here, and they clip in, no problem. So it's more than enough to handle sleds and quads and whatever else. And we have it running the entire length. And we also have the recessed mounts. Those are steel plates built into the trailer. They're actually really handy. So that was built into the trailer, but we added these so that we can have all sorts of different options going on in here. We're not done with it. We still have rubber track that came from Caliber, also sold by Dirty Life. So we're gonna have all the rubber track laid out in here so we can put sleds, all sorts of sleds in here too. Because we do have the 900 Ace Turbo.
Yes.
So the floor was quite the job, and we got that done. So we have 2 really thick layers of paint in here.
It rained like 4 times that day, so the tail was up, down,
Yeah.
up, down.
We were painting in the dark.
Kind of glad we didn't record that day.
The windows allowed us to have some ventilation, so we didn't walk out of here as stoners.
Yeah.
I also put these hooks up. These are kind of cool. I got them from Crappy Tire. So you have a mount in the back, and then you can buy all sorts of these hooks. And I permanently mounted it and everything. So you're gonna have like a broom here, but then our jackets and stuff for going out the door. And the back one is for our waders and our dry bags. And I wanted it back here in case they do make a mess, you can just clean this one chunk instead of like trying to figure all this out. So they're here, they're able to dry. You can flip them upside down so they drain out. But for actually driving down the road, I like it this way. And these are the 2 dry bags. These have been amazing for us. Our GoPros and all sorts of stuff go in there. So that's ready.
Yeah.
One of my other, oh hey buddy.
He loves it in here already.
Yeah, we're gonna go camping. You wanna go camping? So we have a video on this too. This is our like event box. So we have spare belts and tools and all sorts of stuff to cover off on the ATV thing. So if anything breaks, we should be able to take it and repair our machines in here. I'll also have a jack. And this is our Honda generator. There's quite a bit going on with this, but I went to Pete Sales and Service. That's the Can-Am dealership we always go to, and they're big advocates of these Honda generators. They obviously also sell them. I went in with a specific thing in mind, did a bunch of research. I went in there and he's like, nah, it's a bad idea. And then he educated me. So Pete's has been really, really good about making sure we had the right generator for all sorts of stuff. So obviously it's a 3000. It's quiet. It has all sorts of features. So you have your 110. It's a 21.7 amp output. We have DC, so if you need to charge batteries or stuff like that, it's all safe. You can't use both at the same time, but obviously you can work with that. It's incredibly, incredibly quiet.
And light.
And super light.
Yeah.
Yeah, Cass can pick it up.
Even a girl can do it.
Even a girl can do it. So yeah, like honestly, we start that up. You can talk just casually to a person over it, no issues. And that brings us to what, Cass?
Well, there's either going to be the electrical that you want to talk about or our future projects.
Let's go with the electrical first, because it's done.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet. So, all I know is we could do everything. So
It's phase 1.
basically phase 1, yeah, we've got our panel here with our 3 separate breakers. Our in series, oh my god, I'm not going to
Oh, don't worry about that stuff. But
so basically, our first breaker is like these 3 plug-ins, so we can use that to charge our drone batteries, GoPro batteries, our phones, which obviously if we're out doing an event over the weekend, we want to be able to recharge those things. And I'm getting the order wrong, but then Kyle's got a shop dedicated outlet for him. So if we know we're going to be doing bigger things, tools, stuff like that,
I turn off all of your like blow dryers and stuff,
Oh my God.
and then I know for sure I have all the power.
Yeah, and they're all, what's it called?
Oh, GFI.
Yeah.
So they're GFI protected.
Yeah, that's the thing. And then we've got one for the light that's installed here, the fluorescent.
So that's LED.
Yes, LED.
So very low power consumption and bright enough to light up this whole trailer.
Yeah. So now, if I have to pee at night, this little guy's on the DC 12 volt.
Yeah.
So we don't have to run the generator or anything just to go for a pee. Yes, I will be waking up Kyle with the lights because I'm a big scaredy cat.
Yeah, this one's just off the truck
Yeah.
for now.
So and then this guy lights up the big LED
Yeah.
light.
So we used conduit. I had a friend of mine give me some really great advice and really helped me out, because if I would have done this just on my own, I think I would have done it a lesser job. Mm-hmm. Would have got done, but not that pretty. So the advice really helped out. Very smart guy. So we got that done.
And this is my the most exciting feature for me. And I'll show you the outside while I talk about it. So essentially, there's 3 ways that we could power this thing. Either generator, if we're not using it for too much, we can plug it into the house directly and power it that way. And we're also rigged up so that we can plug directly into a campground. So actually 4 ways, because we could power the DC through the truck. So
The DC through the truck is just that one light for now.
yeah. So Kyle installed this. This didn't come with the trailer at all. Thankfully we got to get it in black, so it looks super sharp. But basically he just drilled out a hole here, And because of the paneling on the outside, it's hollow behind this. So he actually developed himself some metal dowels kind of as to function as like spacers, so that when you're plugging and unplugging, it's not putting all that pressure on
it's nice and solid right there. Yeah. But if you move over there, exactly.
So that's a nice, brilliant thing that Kyle implemented there. So this is where you're going to plug in, and we've got all the adapters on those power cables inside. So I'm super stoked at the versatility that we're going to have with this. So when we get to Saskatoon and we're going out for weekend trips everywhere, we're kind of set up for success in that way.
So that's number one. So if we want to go off the generator, if we want to do shore power at a campground, and if we want to plug into our buddy's house because he doesn't have like a 30 amp service, we're ready to go. That's phase one. Phase two, and this is where things aren't done yet. My neighbor's cutting down a tree or something. Phase two is going to be the solar system. So we're going to have a full 12 volt dedicated circuit so we can power off 12 volt too. So if all of those other options aren't available, we're going to have a big panel here and a bunch of basically car batteries, and it's going to be a solar setup that we can plug out anywhere. So if we have to be quiet, because some places you're not allowed running generators, stuff like that, the 12 volt circuit's going to keep charged, and we're going to have 12 volt LEDs. So this thing's self-sufficient and ready to go. So
no matter what,
we're gonna have power for everything.
Yeah.
So that's phase two of the power. And then three, we're going to actually have a bench all up here. And it's gonna be like an L shape. And then we're gonna have a big shelf up here with a lip. And that lip is gonna allow us to put up our helmets and stuff. So we're gonna have all sorts of little helmets and things going on. And then the bench, obviously, we're gonna have, I want to put like a little sink. I don't want to actually fully run water in here. I want to avoid that. This isn't going to be a full camper scenario because this is going to be like a weekend event kind of thing. So you spend 3-4 days in it max.
And as soon as you start getting into plumbing, you need clean water, fresh water, gray water, black water.
It gets insane, and then your weight gets out of hand. And so we're just going to have like a Culligan bottle set up and like a drain and that kind of thing. Little sink so you can wash your hands and you can cook. There's going to be a big cooler slider right here. So when you come in the door, you can just slide your cooler out in front of you, grab your food, and go cook outside.
Yeah.
And the front here underneath, we're going to have all sorts of storage and little things because there's a lot of stuff I'm sure I didn't think about, but I want to be prepared for that. Yeah. And then that whole side over here is dedicated to batteries and everything else. We have to do ventilation for the batteries and a panel, and I'm going to do something nice with some LED readouts and all sorts of things like that.
We have a roof vent we still have to install. I haven't picked out where we're going to put it just yet. But yeah, this will basically be our shop on wheels in the front here.
Little ready to go Mainville ATV in a package. It's going to be sick. So a lot of this couldn't be done just on my own. And with the whole scenario going on in the world, I just wanted to say like a lot of little support in your community can go a long way. We couldn't get this done without the help of like Pete Sales and Service educating us on the generators. Their service was unreal, and we wanted to put our money back directly into the community instead of like going on Amazon or something like that. Northland Trailer Sales out of Sudbury, Ontario, they helped us out huge, making sure we had the right building blocks.
Dirty Life got creative at how to get all our trailer gear in.
Oh, that's the big thing. So Dirty Life surprised me with all of these products that he has available with the track and everything like that. I didn't realize he had so much trailer stuff, so that was massive. And then, like you said, he had to like grab pieces from different warehouses because some companies weren't allowed to ship at the time and all sorts of crazy stuff. But he made it work. It was all good. It was all legal, and we got everything to work out. And everything came together. And we've been trying to do this at the same time as moving. So we wanted to get this thing at least basically prepared to go across country because we're going all the way to Saskatchewan. So where we are now allows us to load up our quads and all of our basic needs, and we can still power and do all that kind of stuff. So we have a lot of options.
Tons of people have been like sharing their ideas online with us, giving us some advice, some lessons learned that they learned the hard way so that we don't have to.
One of my favorites is Grant. If you guys have seen him on Instagram, Tripleg. So he's got a beautiful trailer. We always laugh because we both bought them at the same time, and we have this big red color scheme and he's obsessed with blue, and so we're having like this different way build off sort of thing. So he's a like precision artist, that guy, and he has the shop to make things happen out of aluminum and everything. And we're kind of doing the industrial basic needs type. Both are going to be super nice and super flashy in their own right, and I'm super excited. So people like that really helped guide this whole plan.
Yeah.
And that's massive.
So obviously we're gonna have our like bed set up. We currently have like an air mattress on a frame, which we're hoping to get rid of pretty quick, and get a dedicated mattress for in here, something thin that we can just mount up onto the wall while we're not using
when
it.
we pull the quads out, we unfold that frame, and you just bump it against this side. And I want to have a mattress strapped up to the side so we can drop it on that frame instead of the air mattress that currently exists. Because Cass and I end up like crushed in the middle. Pretty annoying.
Yeah.
So that's there. We also have, if you've seen some of our previous videos at events, we have this big overhead tent, and that's going to be outside acting as our canopy until I actually install a canopy on this thing. So
lots of plans in the future.
All sorts of crazy ideas. You wouldn't believe what you can do with this, and the communities for these conversions and all that are massive. So super popular.
So yeah, if you have any questions, just comment them below. Any suggestions, go ahead and throw that down there as well. Give us some of your inspiration, if you will. Go ahead and join us in our Facebook group. That's where we see a lot of your content shared with us, which we love seeing. But yeah, tons of, like, the world's our oyster at this point. We haven't painted ourselves into a corner, so to speak. So I don't even think we know what the finished project is going to look like at this point. So it's very exciting. And I can't wait to have this thing go ready where we can just store the quads and all our gear in here. And then when we want to go for a last minute ride, it's just a whole unit that we just bring out instead of packing everything up in the truck.
The only time everything will be out of here is like the quads for maintenance, and we're good.
So
we're gonna wrap it up there. I don't want to bore you guys too much. There's obviously a lot going on here, and there's going to be a lot more. So we ask you, if you guys have any tips, let us know. Like Cass said, Facebook is probably the best place. And a big shout out and thank you to Northland Trailer Sales for getting the job done right. Huge deal there, so that was sick. Dirty Life for always doing Dirty Life type things. They're incredible. And Peace Sales and Service for hooking us up with the proper generator that we needed, because I was so wrong.
And all our friends, of course. Just the support, dropping off food, sharing your skills that you've gotten over the years. We have some great friends that have helped us out too.
So again, that's it. This is the trailer sort of phase 1 of 3 as far as I can tell. We're going to have to finish it up in Saskatchewan though.
I think so. Yeah. Thanks for watching.